This shop looks popular today. Butterfly Dew Cosmetics now on sale. Huh, looks like it. Oh, Seedween's here too! Hey there, Seedween! Hello there, Traveler and Paimon. I hope you bet we are. So the Duke insists I take regular vacations in the Court of Fontaine. This one just so happened to coincide with a promotion for a new skincare. Wait, you write? For a magazine? It's called Beautés en Fleur. Oh, wow! You're a maritime flower? If Paimon's... What's so weird about that? I really like this role. The staff at Cosmetics... Well, they sure don't want to make an enemy of the maritime flower. Obviously, it's because of Seedween's love for beauty. Still a leader of the Beauty Association? That's incredible. The truth is, I study this field because I cherish my own appearance. It has nothing to... Oh, the words of a master beautician defy comprehension! Oh, wait, you're saying that natural beauty is the highest form... Not really. Actually, if I had to describe our approach, I'd say it's based on cuteness. Oh! Yep. Still, I really value my current appearance, and in the process of taking care of it, I've ended up learning quite a lot about skincare and stuff. It turns out, my knowledge and experience is pretty popular with... Oh, Paimon gets it now! But speaking of your appearance... Ooh, wait, sorry! That was... No, I don't mind. I'm not mixed, though. I made a decision to turn myself into this form. If you're interested... A shape-shifting story? Oh, heck yeah, of course we're interested! Long ago, humans rejected Melusines, and Melusines feared humans. There was one Melusine who became fascinated with human medicine, but no human wanted her help. And there was one girl who liked Melusines, so no humans would make friends with her. So, the Melusine became the girl's friend, and the girl became the Melusine's patient. Your checkup's all done. You're still in perfect health. Thank you, Dr. Melusine. In this game of doctor and patient, a friendship was born. Then, one day, the girl fell ill. The Melusine was the only doctor to arrive on time, but the adults sent her away.
Scram! Melusines can't be trusted!
So just because I'm not human, I can't save my best friend? In desperation, the Melusine approached the frightening witch. She begged and begged until she got a reply.
If you take this potion, concocted of sin, you will gain a human face and grow human limbs. But then, you will lose everything that attracted this friend of yours to you in the first place. Can you accept that?
The Melusine did not hesitate for very long. On a rainy night, a little doctor knocked on the girl's door. The doctor wore a hood and raincoat, maybe to protect her from the rain, but maybe also to hide a secret. The little doctor held the girl's hand and treated her illness, just as she had so many times before. Dawn came, and the little girl's condition improved. But the little doctor was long gone, for she knew her friend would never recognize her again. And so, since then, I've lived my life in human form. Most people who know me just think I was born this way. Ooh, a witch. Trust me, it's a true story. Must be the way you told it then. It just sounds so... Yeah, not every Melusine would take human form to save their human friend. That must have been a huge decision. Treating patients is a doctor's duty. We must always find a way, even when the going gets tough. Ugh. It's so crazy that they turned you away just because you were a Melusine, especially when their daughter was so sick. Well, sometimes appearance can be a real barrier. Paimon too! You're super cute.
Attention customers! Thank you all for waiting. Now, on behalf of our skincare partner, I'm delighted to
Oh, there we go. Let's have a look, shall we? Paimon, if you want to buy any skincare products... Really?
allow me to introduce our newest skin lotion, Butterfly Dew. To say that it improves skin quality is an understatement. This product gets its name from the way it transforms your skin and makes it glow anew, like a butterfly emerging from its chrysalis and spreading its wings for the first time. We are thrilled to have the inventor of this fantastic product with us here today. Please welcome Mr. Rawat.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Rawat, and I developed Butterfly Dew.
Wow, what a looker. He's a researcher? Wow, he's really challenging the stereotype.
It seems that everyone is surprised by my entrance. Or should I say, my appearance. I'm well aware that researchers are generally better known for their brains than their dashing good looks. In that regard, I do believe I break the mold somewhat. Of course, appearance is a skin-deep way of defining a person. And yet one's appearance can be a very real set of shackles, holding a person back in their life. It can rob a young person of their self-confidence when applying for a job, dissuade a young lady from approaching the one she loves. But what if I told you that those shackles can be broken? If our appearance prevents us from changing, then let us first change our appearance itself. Wash away moles, birthmarks, and wrinkles, and they can no longer rob us of our confidence. Replace them with luster and radiance, and we shall never again hang our heads in shame. That is why Butterfly Dew exists. Its mission is to allow us to shed our pupae, undergo a complete metamorphosis, and embrace a new life.
Well, whether...
Of course, I try to...
Wow, then it sure work.
Still, I don't expect to convince you, just... Oh, what an honor! It appears we have a giant...
Oh, is that...
Here you go.
Well, it's very kind to the skin, and the absorption rate is high. Even for... Wow, now that's high praise!
I'll take one. Any discounts?
All right. Well, all that remains for me to say is...
Think we should buy a bottle too? Aww, really? Well, it's still good to care for your skin though, right? I would definitely... And if you're worried about whether it's the right product for you, well, luckily for...
It's an honor to receive such high praise from you. To be honest, I was also hoping you might be able to point out some flaws in the product so I can keep improving it.
With most skincare products... Oh yeah, this one has... Don't worry though, I plan to keep you...
Oh, I was hoping for a more casual conversation.
Sea Dream? Oh, excuse it.
Wait.
That's right, and buy it...
Butterfly Dew is made for...
Why would it work better on...
in the...
alright.
Save yourself the trouble.
Yay! Paimon's private funds survive!
I can see why you might think that, but please don't misunderstand. This gift is simply a token of my esteem. There's no business motivation behind it. To me, finding new customers for Butterfly Dew is about meeting kindred spirits, fellow admirers of physical beauty. I consider it a labor of love.
Admirers of physical beauty? Eesh, that's embarrassing to say out loud. It sounds so shallow.
It's nothing to be ashamed of, Miss Paimon. Most people claim to desire inner virtue. This is a fact of life.
You're right. Everyone loves beauty, don't they?
Look at the time. My apologies, but I have other things to attend to. I'll leave you with these 2 bottles of butterfly dew, and I look forward to seeing you again.
Paimon, I'd say there's no need for you and the Traveler to use this product for— why? Is there— The quality is fine. I just think there's room for improvement. I think I could add some ingredients to the mix to make it more effective. Really? Then why didn't you tell— Researchers are you can point out their flaw if I'd mentioned it. Fair enough. If you're interested in the more— When you say more effective— As for me, it's Alright, see you there then! Just up ahead, Traveler. The ingredients for Sea Dream should be nearby.
I will have order.
Overruled.
Transfixed.
Great! That's everything! Let's head to the Fortress of Millipede!
What could the children be up to?
Whoa, the infirmary is packed.
Please, you have to believe me. I saw it with my own eyes last night. Another me! He looked exactly like me.
Got it? Okay. I've written down everything you told me. Now, first, which finger am I?
Your index finger, but I'm telling you, my mental state is fine. I'm not crazy.
Very good. Now, on to the next. Hey there, Your Grace. It's been a while, huh?
Ah, it's you two. Indeed it has. I would offer you some tea, but I'm afraid the timing is unfortunate. Duty calls.
No worries. Actually, we were...
This inmate came running to the guards in a panic, claiming to have seen his exact doppelganger.
A doppelganger? Doesn't that just mean...
And that's what I thought when the report... Considering how certain he is of what he saw, I could only surmise that he's having some mental issues. So I brought him for a medical evaluation.
All right. Very good. Take a sip of water and rest for a bit. Evaluation complete. I couldn't find any symptoms pointing to a physical condition.
I see. So do you still believe there's more likely to be an issue with his mind than his body?
I have to assume so for now. Psychological issues are more difficult to detect.
The rumor mill will go crazy if word of this gets out. Guards, take him to the ward for a period of observation. The Marechaussee Phantom has requested my cooperation on a case, otherwise I'd deal with this myself. Sorry for the trouble, Head Nurse, but I'll have to leave this to you.
No problem, Your Grace. I'll add him to my observation list.
By the way, we have a couple of guests here who've made the trip just to see you. I imagine it must be important. You probably won't need to add them to your observation list, though.
Oh, travel. Hey there, Cedrine! It's actually not that...
I'll be in my office if...
Okay, bye-bye! So, would you mind waiting? Oh, sure!
Sigewinne, we've brought him. And he seems to have taken a turn for the worse again.
Okay, don't panic. Let's start by sitting him down here. Paimon had no idea how busy it can... Good point. Besides, it might actually be interesting to observe her at work. Well, this could hurt, so I suggest you take a deep breath first. Did his face...
It's anyone's guess. Oh, this is gonna be awkward. We still need to bring him to the Marechaussee Phantom for
Marechaussee Phantom?
Yep, it was a huge case. They bagged a few dozen crooks in one fell swoop. And this guy's the baddest apple of the bunch. He harmed countless people. And now, it looks like it's all finally catching up with him.
You done gawking?
Not yet. I need to check the severity of your ulcers to decide the right dosage. Don't worry. We Melazines have a very different sense of aesthetics from humans.
Don't patronize me. Do I look like a kid to you? Just give me the meds and let me out of here. I already missed my cell.
Hey, lose the attitude. You dare talk back to our head nurse like that again, your days are numbered.
Oh, it's fine. Okay, I'm going to apply the medication now. Tell me if it hurts, alright? Look how nice Sigewinne's being. And he's...
Can I leave now?
Wow, not a...
Thank you, Sigewinne. And I apologize for the trouble.
Traveler, Paimon, did you bring the ingredients? We did, but we don't want to interfere or anything. You're busy saving lives here. Oh, don't be silly. Take a rest here. Or alternatively... That's right! Let us... Good point. Don't worry. I'll take a look at my schedule. I'm sure I can find something. I gotta warn you, though. It'll be... We're ready, Seedween. What's our first mission? I found the perfect job for the Traveler. First, I'd like you to lie down in this bed. What for? I need you to pretend to be sick. What? Oh, is it that Oh! I sure did. Well, this is awkward. But no time to explain. My next patient will be here any second. Oh, please, just do as I say. Okay.
Hey, Doc.
Well, your mother has enough on her plate.
I know! I shouldn't treat the place like a playground. Shouldn't go swimming in the lower left. I thought I'd be able to have some...
All right. Sit yourself down and I'll take your temperature.
But Doc, it's so bitter. Do I really have to drink it? I mean, I'll be fine, right? I've got an uncle who caught a cold. His fever went away on its own after a couple days. Can't you just write me a note saying I'm on the mend? I just need something to keep my mom off my case.
I sure can. You're a very brave boy after all.
Huh? Brave? What makes you say that?
Well, if you want to rely on your own immune system to clear up your fever, then you'll have to tough it out like this guy. Hang in there, Traveler! Are you gonna puke? As long as you're tough enough.
And...
Hey! Put it... Oh, of course.
It's so bitter.
All done. Great job, you two. That kid really doesn't know what's good for him. His mother's a guard here. She's been working back-to-back shifts lately, but unfortunately his father's away on a business trip right now. She had no choice but to bring her... He was quite happy at first. He seemed to think that the Fortress of Meripede would be all fun and games. So you made us put on that act just to scare a kid into taking his medicine? That's a pretty sneaky trick. Seems like there's a whole side to Siegewing we never knew about. It's a technique I... Oh, you had a teacher? She was... Oh, sorry. No, it's fine. I really liked my teacher, so it's always nice when I get to talk about... She was a traveling doctor. She used to say... She sounds like a pretty strict teacher. Strict? Strange way for a doctor. As it happens... Oh, wow, yep. Why does it almost sound like you... Oh, because I am. If she was here, all the children would take their medicine without any need for tricks. A doctor who looks like a witch. True, they wouldn't dare try anything funny with her around. Oh, that's actually a good thing, you know? Oh, my next patient should be arriving now. Would you mind lending me... Sure thing! On to the next... a busy job, Seedween. Well, thanks to you two, it was much easier today. Aww. Should we get some rest? It's getting pretty late. Oh, there is one last thing. I have to keep it confidential, so I usually leave it till after everyone's clocked out. Confidential? Are you sure you can tell us? It's fine. You're not— Wait, you mean those healthy meals? My pig— Considering even the chef's version makes people uneasy, it really makes you wonder what's in it. You want to find out? I can teach you how to make it. That way, if you ever suffer from exhaustion on your future travels, you can sure? Guess we can— The ingredients are ready. Now, put them on the table and add them in the order I tell you. First, we add this special slime condensate, stir thoroughly, then pour it in. Yeah, it really does! Until you remember it's slime condensate. Next up, xenochromatic crystals. You want to crush them up into a fine powder. Wait, are those from Fontimer Aberrants? Are you sure they're edible? Finally, Blue meets— Oh! And we yesterday in the product— Seedween really doesn't—
Ah, head nurse. Got some extras for me?
Just the one today. The serial number's on the lid.
Sounds good. I'll make sure it gets delivered.
Sounds like they're talking in code. Thanks for your help.
Oh, it's no trouble at all. I only wish I could do more. You work so hard for all our sakes. I'd happily lose a little sleep if it meant helping you out.
That won't do. If you
All right. Nurse's orders. I'll do as I'm told. But you take care of yourself too.
Well, I'm done with work for today. Thanks. Seems like the guards and staff here have a lot of respect for you, Seedween. In just one day of helping you with your work, it feels like we've done a lot for the fortress.
Head nurse, please, wait. I'm sorry to disturb you this late at night, but I think you'll agree. This is urgent.
Okay, just relax and catch your breath. What's the matter?
The guard at the observation ward, Odilon, he told me to pass on a message to you. One of the inmates there, the guy suffering from possible—
You were right to tell me. I'll have to examine him and make sure he's well before we discharge him. Looks like we've got one job as medical assistants left. We'll come with you.
Ah, head nurse, you're finally here. I'm so sorry for all the trouble I've caused you, but I believe I've now made a full... After giving it some thought, I'm sure that I was probably just seeing...
I totally understand. Still, I have to give you an examination before I can discharge you, okay? So, take a deep breath and don't be nervous. It'll be the exact same procedure as we did this morning. We can start whenever you're ready.
Again, so sorry. I was in such a state...
Oh, not at all. It's a lot to remember. First up, we have a little cognitive test. Just concentrate and you'll be fine. To start with...
Your pinky.
Alright, all indicators seem normal. So it was a stress-induced hallucination after... Well, we've certainly had previous cases of mental illness caused by overwork, which is why I carefully observe everyone in the production zone. I wonder how I managed to miss the signs this time.
Please, head nurse, you shouldn't blame yourself. I'm just still adapting, that's all. Thanks for looking after me. I'll be as good as new after a good night's sleep.
It can be difficult to relax in an unfamiliar environment. Alright then, you can leave the ward. I suggest you take 2 days off to focus on your recovery. I'll take...
Great. I can't thank you enough, head nurse.
Mr. Odilon, could you escort...
Of course. I'm on guard duty in the administrative area tonight, so nothing will go wrong. You have my word.
Guess you're finally done for the day now, huh? Yep. But I still haven't gotten around to making that improved lotion for you yet. Oh, no rush! Well, tomorrow it is then. Oh, don't you worry! We will! After a productive day of work, we're both gonna sleep like a log. Yeah, sleep tight, Seedream. See you tomorrow!
There's no need to exchange pleasantries. Rather... conversation just to occupy silence.
Paimon really did sleep like a log. Quit following me. Whoa! How is the... good morning, Traveler and Paimon. No problem. Anything we can do... there's a bit of a complicated situation here. I'm still getting to the bottom of it myself.
You have to believe me. I'm telling the truth.
You're in a medical facility. Keep it down.
Please, listen to me. I'm not Gascon. I'm Uwe.
You're a horrible liar, you know that? We get all—
You mean because of the way I look? I don't know what happened. I just woke up.
I brought you here to figure out what's going on.
All right.
This is nuts.
Morning, Your Grace. What's going on?
Remember the case I mentioned yesterday?
Huh. That's even weirder.
The thing is, none of them.
And we thought yesterday was as big.
We've compiled their statements. Have a look.
Wait.
Release. Interesting.
I noticed that.
All the more reason to be calm.
I'm on it.
It's conceivable that our group of...
We did consider that possibility. But I mean,
only if they're dead...
yes, the inmates' mugshots were attacked. The only other thing that stands...
Oh, really?
Give me a moment. I think I know. It's not time to change your dressing yet. Huh? Isn't that the guy from yesterday? This should be Honore. He has very
Yes, like I told you.
So there has been a swap.
No, the method is a bit like replacing a tooth. Take the bad tooth out. Traveler, Paimon. Yeah, sure do. Then you can be my witnesses. So, you're Eric?
Yes, head nurse. It's me. You do believe me, right?
I need to do another examination on you. Same procedure as yesterday.
All right. It's the cognition test first, right? So I need to concentrate.
Now, try to recall if you can. The last time we did this test, which finger did I hold up?
I believe it was...
But that means...
Huh?
So, basically, Siegewing did another test before letting him leave.
Huh? I don't know about any tests last night. There was nothing to do in the observation ward, so I...
Well, in that case, there is a reasonable explanation.
So, what exactly happened?
The gang of serious offenders wanted to break out of prison, so they last night, when Odie... Then, once all the... However, they made one... Real Eric came to the guard. However, since one of the gang members was posing as a guard...
Right, because I put Eric on the observation list by then, and no one...
Hence, why the imposters had to pull that little stunt to get fake Eric off the list.
Yeah, it all makes sense now!
Well, I can't fault the reasoning. But I'm afraid...
Criminals altering their facial appearance to commit crimes is nothing new. We carefully examined all the suspects.
Huh.
So far, it seems more likely that the gang stole documentation.
Actually, there is a potion that can completely change someone's appearance. If they use that... A shape-shifting potion?
Forgive me, head nurse, but this is the first time
Yes,
But...
Please, trust me in my professional opinion as an experience...
At the same time, without any solid evidence, it's pure speculation. If we can round up all the inmates suspected of switching places, yep, let's do that.
Okay. Well, it was our negligence that meant we had to come and conduct these post-internment interrogations. And I know it's put...
Your Grace, bad news. I paused the releases like you asked, but we were too late. A bunch of people already got... I checked the list.
2 hours ago? That's before today's interrogations began. They had this all planned out.
So, there really was a switch after all. They really pulled the wool over our eyes on this one.
We should be able to catch up with them if we leave now, right?
Not if that potion is real. They can just switch faces again after leaving the fortress.
Yikes! So we're at a complete dead end!
Well, technically there is one more lead we could follow up on. We were only able to arrest this gang thanks to the help of a researcher from the Fontaine Research...
Oh? Robot? Isn't that the handsome guy we met at that skincare promo?
Handsome? One of the crimes this gang is charged with is the manufacture and sale of illicit drugs. At first, he thought it was a typical case of intellectual. Thanks to his report, we were able to.
What a hero! Bet that took courage on him.
No doubt. This is worth following up on. As the one who snitched on them, it's highly likely that Rawat will be targeted by the escape. That aside, since he's negotiated with them in person before...
Understood, Your Grace. My team and I will head to the Fontaine Research Institute right away. In the meantime, please keep an eye on the...
Of course.
Miss Morgan?
Huh?
Well, I'm the one who discharged the fake Eric last night, so I feel partly responsible.
Don't say that, head nurse. You're focused.
I also have a more personal reason. Cotton is a patient of mine, and if I don't get a new batch of medicine to him in time, his condition will get much worse.
Look, head nurse, I completely understand where you're coming from. But arresting criminals is dangerous business. And if anything happened...
Don't worry, I can defend myself just fine.
You say that, but still...
If I may, Miss Morgan, Siegeween is the one who raised the potion hypothesis, and if you really are... Ah, there you go, right on cue. Knew I could count on you.
Okay, well... Greetings. Sorry to impose, but I'm afraid we're here on...
The marsh is a phantom.
Not this time, no. We're looking for a researcher.
What? Oh yeah, Mr. Handsome, right? He actually doesn't work on site here very often. There's a handful of researchers in the nearby area who know him pretty well, though.
Just a handful?
Well, I guess you could say he's pop. But in all his time here at the Fontaine Research Institute, I don't think he's ever had a single deep conversation about his research with his peers.
That's so weird. He definitely didn't come across like a recluse at that product promotion. I don't find that weird at all. He definitely didn't strike me as the kind of guy who's, good at making friends. Really? Paimon couldn't tell. Must be a...
Okay, we should talk with his acquaintances. But we also need to check the Research Institute for any clues. Let's split up. It'll save us some time.
Sure thing! We'll go ask around among the other researchers with Siegeween. Paimon's certainly kinda curious to know what everyone really thinks of him.
There's no such thing as pure freedom in this world. Even the wind cannot blow on forever. Too slow. Quit following me.
Hey there! Are you in Teeb?
What do you want?
We're here to ask about Rawat. Any idea where he might be?
Close? Not sure that's the word I'd use. He wouldn't even let me use his patent.
Huh?
It's been a good few days since I last saw him.
Would the patent in question happen to be related to the new skincare product he developed?
Yeah, kinda. Butterfly do, or whatever he calls it.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Keep going.
Most of the other researchers here focus on mechanics, energy, stuff like that. I get why he wouldn't be interested in having anything to do with them. But I'm studying coatings. There's a huge overlap in our areas of research. Why would he refuse to work with me? I bought his product once, and noticed— don't get me wrong, I had no intention of plagiarizing his work. I was hoping to get official permission to use his findings in my own research. Followed the proper procedure. It was all above board. I would have had to pay him a license fee and everything. But despite that, he turned me down not once, not—
Huh, so is Rawat antisocial, or is this guy just jealous? Well, it doesn't look like we're gonna get any info. Wait, 1 second. Mr. Antibes, next time you go—
Huh?
Squall and Fury. Quit following me.
Excuse us, are you Audrey?
That's me. What is it?
Are you close friends with Rawat? We're trying to find out where he is.
Close friends? You mean because I told him I had feelings for him once? I doubt I'm the first or last at the Institute to make that mistake. Why would you single me out as a close friend? I should have known, really. Men like him, they just enjoy being surrounded by fawning women. They're not interested in a serious relationship.
Okay.
Why would I know where he's—
Ugh, this is getting annoying. Shall we go ask someone else? I think she— maybe, but we're not— she's displaying it's— Oh, we're still no closer to finding Mr. Rawat. Oh, by this point he—
danger? Wait, why are you looking for him again?
Oh, that's right, Tina! The Marechaussee Phantom said that he's been targeted by some pretty bad people. We need to make sure he—
What? How—
Oh, I see. Well, do you have any thoughts on where he might be right now?
Okay, but this is purely out of I heard she raised him alone, that they had—
Oh, okay. Do you know the address?
Nope, sorry. I only found out the thing about his mother because it came up in conversation once. I was just trying to find out more about him, you know, so I could get to know him better. When I told him I had a crush on him, I offered to help him take care of his mother. And yeah, maybe that was a stupid idea, but did he really have to yell at me for it? It's like, fine, I can take no for an answer, but what's with the temper tantrum? Unbelievable. These guys only want to show you their charming, well-groomed exterior.
Looks like her love syndrome is— We need to find out Mr. Rawat's mother's address. Let's check with the Marechaussee officers when we regroup. Cool, sounds like a plan. You, sir, but are you Bertram?
Who's asking?
Just some concerned citizens helping out the Marechaussee Phantom with an investigation. We'd like to ask you about Rawat's whereabouts, if that's okay. We're told the two of you are pretty close.
Not anymore, we're not. Turns out we don't see eye to eye.
Oh yeah? What happened?
The thing about us, he won't even let you work with him unless— Now that I've got my own technical solution for my compressor, I don't need to work with him anymore.
So that's what Rawat is really like. We'd still like to know where to find him. Is that something you can help us with?
Wait, you're... Yeah, I know you. You're the head nurse at the Fortress of Meropide. Alright, then I'm happy to help you if I can. I respect the work you do. Medicine serves the highest purpose of all the sciences.
Wow, turns out Sejuine's got some real clout.
Thing is, I have no real way of knowing where you might be. I stopped, but if you want my advice, I'd say...
Peddlers?
Yeah, back when I was working with him, I noticed he met with them quite often. Wouldn't surprise me if they were involved in some shady business together. The little I overheard was about manufacturing and selling pharmaceutical drugs. Like I said, he's all about the money.
Drugs? Doesn't he work with skincare products?
Who knows? I never cared to find out. He's the Morag rubber, not...
Thank you. You've given us plenty to work with.
Welcome. Goodbye, and may we both...
Well, that's all 3 researchers. Let's head back to the meetup point.
Swarm Fury!
You know, Paimon started out thinking Rawat was a handsome researcher with a friendly and cheerful personality. It's such a surprise to learn that his peers have a different impression of him. So, what's your view of him now, Paimon? A handsome researcher whose difficult upbringing turned him into a profit chaser with a chip on his shoulder? So your thoughts about his appearance haven't changed at all? Well, his looks are kind of a big deal. At least in Paimon's opinion. How does such a You can't judge a person solely based on their appearance.
Head nurse. Traveler. I assume you've spoken with the researchers. What did you find out?
Bertram mentioned Rawat's involvement was...
Since he was a whistle...
How strange. If he was so focused on commercializing his research and averse to sharing his technology with others, why wouldn't he have registered his own brands? Maybe he and his business partners needed to avoid...
You think he may have colluded with the gang?
Isn't that pretty unlikely, though? He was the one who blew the whistle on them! Most children who come to me with tooth decay... if you say so.
I saw him when he came to make his report. You mentioned that he comes from a... By the time he discovered who...
That does make a lot... No wonder he's so unsociable. He must be on edge all the time with a gang of crooks breathing down his neck. In that case, the situation... If Rawat was working with the escape...
Based on the information we've gathered...
2 days ago?
So that was the same day he reported the criminals, too. Not a good sign.
Don't worry, everyone. I believe we still have a chance. Since he disappeared right after blowing the whistle, it's likely that he's gone into hiding. Yeah, he must have been worried that they'd come for him.
All the more reason to find him as soon as possible.
Yep.
Okay.
Behold! Quit following me.
All right. This should...
Okay.
Sounds like whoever's who's inside has restricted mobility. Oh, it seems serious. Oh, what's the fastest way to get this door open? Break the door down?
No, I'll handle it. Let the expert deal with it. Calm down. Deep breaths. Remember your training. Control your strength. And... it's open!
Seath, take a few people and lie in wait. Keep your eyes peeled for any activity around the house. The Traveler...
Oh, there. We could try, but...
well...
Yep. Hello, ma'am. Might I ask if you're Rawat's mother? We are trying to locate him. Hard of hearing, perhaps. Does anyone have a picture of Rawat?
I have one here.
I'd like to show you a photo. Looks like this isn't gonna work after all.
Well...
Is it possible he could have avoided returning here?
maybe.
Guess so.
I suggest we all return there now. We found a good amount of useful information the first time, but perhaps there's something we missed. This is our last hope.
Sorry, officer, but could I stay here for...
Of course. Traveler.
Also, I'd like some more...
Why's that?
If Rawat knows how...
Got it.
Thanks for helping me out yet again, Traveler and Paimon. No problem. But when you say her condition is serious, do you mean... Yes. She's barely clinging on to life. Oh. Let me take care of a few things first. Could you pass me the towel over? Yeah, of course. I can tell that her family is Seedring. Yes. In Amelisines' eyes, but human medicine. But it was only after I truly became a doctor that I realized miracles don't always happen. Even the greatest doctors cannot cure all diseases. Seedring. Well, don't worry about me, Paimon. Doctors do. At the very least, Yeah. Oh, her fever's getting worse. Sure, we're on the... I'll take care of... Found the hot water? Sure did. And look what else we found. Judging by this journal, it seems like Rawat has a private lab. There's a good chance he could be there right now. We got... Oh, that's great news. But hold on just a moment. The wet towel is ready. I'm giving you another injection. Are you feeling better now? It's all right. We'll go bring him back. Please hang in there. Thank you.
came as soon as we heard the news.
Don't blame yourself. There's a mechanical door.
It's open. Let's go in.
How did they get in here? Captain, up ahead! Those look like our fugitives!
Oh, they found this place too? Don't let any of them escape!
One taste of my hammer. Another taste is order.
Stabilize!
Wind rises.
Picked the wrong test subject.
Captain, according to our list, many of the fugitives aren't accounted for.
So these guys were just the lookout crew.
The Marachose Phantom! How did they find this place?
Wait, it's that guard from the fortress.
That's right, I'm on your side. I mean, the Duke sent me. What's the matter? Some sort of mix-up?
Mr. Odilon, didn't I tell you a few days ago that you need to stop all field work until you've recovered?
Well, you know, gotta help His Grace out. Share the load.
Officer Morgan, this man is an imposter. The real Mr. Odilon has no recent health issues.
What? But...
Looks like the head nurse was right about the face-swapping method. Arrest them all! DuPont, stay here and keep guard. And watch the exit. If we're not back soon, call for reinforcements.
Got it.
Quit following me. There's no need to exchange pleasantries. It's rather pathetic to force a conversation just to occupy silence.
So many jars. Was this some sort of production facility? This scent. It's probably the ingredients used to make butterfly dew. How come they're all empty? Did it sell so well that he ran out of supplies?
How strange. Why would Rawat choose to manufacture a popular product like that in such a difficult-to-reach location? Given our suspicion that he may have been coerced into the illegal drug trade, I would have thought that any production facility we find here would be used for illicit purposes.
Perhaps butterfly dew is itself an illegal drug.
Do you have any evidence for that claim?
No, just a guess. We need to find Rawat as soon as possible. He has all the answers.
Understood. Well, let's not linger here. Let's go. Come on.
Too slow. Quit following me.
Doesn't look like we're gonna get this door open. Let's find another way around. This one's closed too. What's with those carts and tracks? Oh, maybe it's one of those doors that opens when it senses cargo passing through. There's a loaded cart right over there. Let's bring it to the door and give it a try.
There's no such thing as pure freedom in this world. Even the wind cannot blow forever. Too slow.
Quake! Order guide you. Cry loud!
Too slow.
This room's much smaller than the others. Judging by the implements on the table, this looks like a potion-making lab.
Head nurse! Over here.
Let's see. Huh? Robot's clothes? Why would he change here? Perhaps they stripped him down, left the clothes behind, and disposed of him somewhere else? Yikes, Seedween, where did that come from?
Oh, what a tragic way to go. Especially with such a bright future ahead of him.
There's a path leading further on, Officer Morgan. Let's keep up the pace.
Following me.
Shh! There's a whole bunch of people in there!
Are you serious? You're telling us that within a day...
Fontanian physio...
Why didn't you say...
Look, my plan...
Ugh. You're just lucky we didn't leave you in there.
Partners, you hid things from me.
Oh, and you didn't...
Guys, that's enough. What's the plan, Pop?
There is no... Besides, what if...
I said enough argue...
Are you kidding me?
Well, there is another option. But you'll have to make a deal with me first.
Okay, now we're talking.
I have a document What's the problem?
What do you think? That we...
Well then, say hello to Never...
I've...
Freeze! Marshos a Phantom!
What? Who let them in?
Officer Morgan, before anything else...
Bro, what?
I don't see him.
Spare us...
Hutton?
Arrest them all!
Solidify!
He might be a little cryptic. Let's blow bubbles!
Know your place! Careless. Picked the wrong test subject.
Transfixed!
Let's see. I swear, it's for medical research. Going mad.
I will have order.
Witness my rise. Laid bare. Huh. Gotta say.
Some patients respond better to a more aggressive...
Captain, we finished the head count.
Over there! The door...
One group trying to arrest me, another trying to hunt me down. Good. I get it.
How did he get...
Don't waste your energy. I already...
How naive. We have more people outside. If we're not back out...
Well then, you'd better hope they get here.
There's some kind of gas leaking from the pipe.
This is our distribution. The pipe network here was designed to emit a get.
Why would you do this?
Oh, please. If they can't supply what I need, they're of no further use to me. Besides...
He's a maniac! Come on, we gotta find a way to open that door!
Go ahead. Struggle in vain.
Are you sure you're ready to leave, Potton? You haven't changed your dressing today.
You can't cure my face. Just give up.
And what if I could?
Nice try. You're just trying to stall me. Don't you worry about me. I'll find a way to cure my face once I get out of here.
Oh, I doubt it. After all, the key component of the face-changing potion is the fluid left behind by dissolved Fontanians. It might look like ordinary water, but it has some unique elements in it. Before the flood, all Fontanians were oceanids, physiologically speaking. A potion made from that fluid could dissolve and reconstruct the face of a Fontanian in much the same way theoretically it could give some. But since the flood, Fontanians have...
Are you saying this potion is made from Fontanians dissolved with primordial seawater?
How could you know all of this? No, wait. Of course!
It also means that I have a formula you're unaware of.
I might get to make a deal today after all.
Oh, it's not a formula, but a finished product. I have a box.
What?
When I tried Rawat's skincare product, I noticed it had a certain special... I'm guessing his...
Huh. But it only contains a
Well, I found a way to reverse the dilute.
That's impossible.
If I tell you some of the...
Tainted hydrophant?
So?
Sounds good to me. There's a delivery pipeline been...
Nope. Not trusting you that easily. You're like those naughty kids who try to hide their illness. Open the sluice gate first, then I'll hand you the potion.
Even if I'm not closing the valve that...
Fine. Then I'll just stand here with the potion in my hand. And when I faint from the poison, I'll drop it and it'll be destroyed.
No.
It's open!
Disable that sluice gate! Jam it! Don't let it close again!
That's more like it. In that case, a promise is a promise.
Head nurse, there's too much poison gas in here. We have to leave, now!
That was too cool. Oh, don't be too quick to sit down. Moving around a little will help. Same goes for you, Trap. Flying fast is... Shame I ended up giving... No, please don't. Yeah,
Head nurse, it's a shame that we...
What a horrible bunch. No, we wouldn't. What? Then why...
If he changes his appearance...
No, you don't...
What do you mean?
We gotta hurry.
Don't move a muscle. Captain, you're just in time. While I was lying in wait, I spotted this crook snooping around, trying to find...
Whoa. His face.
Are you... Potton?
What?
This is how Potton looked before his face was marred.
Wait, so what's going on? Wasn't the whole point of the potion to disguise himself and escape Fontaine? What?
Enough of this nonsense.
You better pipe down. There's an old lady in there who's very...
To heck with it.
He's gotta be lying.
Forced against his will. Back when I was being coerced. Amazing what a difference a handsome fate...
Save us the speech.
You want an explanation? Fine. I'll tell it how it is. When I was just Potten, the whole world treated me with contempt.
Ew. What do you want? Get away from me.
Women despise me.
Collaborate? You don't look like much of a researcher to me.
My peers...
Mr. Potten, was it? I'm most interested in your research. Consider my offer carefully. I doubt you'll find other investment opportunities.
Only villains.
You want out of the game? Forget about it. Turns out, I slipped up a little. Left your picture with some Marechaussee Phantom officers. So I suggest you put anything.
There was no way out for me until...
Mr. Rawat,
I became popular with women.
This new potion you developed is fascinating. Genius, in fact. Would you consider working with me?
My peers looked up...
Look, I'm very interested in your research, sir.
And the villains even began to fear. Becoming Rawat showed me what a superficial world we live in. But I did not hold a grudge. Or so I thought. But alas... Mother, I'm back. How are you doing?
Who are you?
I bought the best medicine Mora could buy. But nothing would cure her illness. In the end, I hoped she'd at least be able to see her son one last time before she passed, but... when everyone else rejected me, the only person who cared about me was my mother. Then, when I became a rock...
I have to let her see me again. Even if it means donning my own wretched... Well, is that enough explaining for you? Now...
Have you ever considered if you'll even... You found a way to
What?
So you kept being a...
Villain. You have no right...
You honestly...
Don't humor me.
I didn't know anything. I had to confirm...
Are you kidding me?
Well, there were no... But...
Fundamental quality. Most people probably don't. You use it yourself to...
Cedrine? Yes, you're right.
I'll bet it was back in the day. It was either carry on... So you see...
That's not important, right?
Huh?
Head nurse.
Don't worry. He was willing to risk sacrificing his...
I see.
So before you arrest...
All right.
Mom? It's me, Potten. Your son. Mom!
I'm sorry, but...
What?
Your appearance...
No, it can't be. I've done so much. No.
The temperature of his palm must have changed. I'm sorry. It seems I couldn't bring him back to you after all. It's you? Oh, of course.
Mom! What?
No more questions, Potten.
Mom!
I'm sorry to say this, Potten.
wait is over, everyone!
Another skincare... Oh, Seedween's here too! Hey, Seedween! Oh, Traveler Paimon... Of course! Nurse's orders, right? Actually, never mind. Nope, there's no... Besides, after consulting... Wow, it's...
Thank you for serving as our consultant, head nurse.
Great! Good job!
Also, you met after he saw his mother for the last time. Apparently, their supplier was made for a seamless...
Vache again?
Make no mistake. Since the flood cut off their supply of primordials after receiving
That sounds more like it!
Based on what he told, he tried to throw us off his tail, but there was one thing.
So he tried this once before, looking at the
Yes, even so.
I understand. Why did you want them anyway? Cotton was one of my... Why are you still treating... That may be true.
One last thing, head nurse. It would be for the best.
Of course.
Thank you.
So, Seedween, did you really... Why do you sound so... Yes, but... I know. Before I tell you though, of course. Nervalet and Risley, they're here too!
Good to see you, Traveler. Paimon. I trust all has been going well for you?
Big news, everyone. The Udex is out of his office on important business.
Hmm? Is that genuinely something people would consider big news?
Why wouldn't they?
Ah, yes, you're quite right. When someone you care... After reading the Maréchaussée Phantom's reports, I had a feeling a trip here might be in order.
Take note. That,
So the old friend she mentioned was... Oh, sorry. Paimon didn't mean to be rude. It's only 'cause...
I doubt she considers that title to be...
Indeed. In fact, I believe Seedween would take it as a sign. In those days, many...
Wow. It's really nice of you two to...
Younger colleague. Seedween served a sentence, strictly speaking.
She served a sentence?
Yes. Long... Initially, I and most... But now, it seems...
Ignorance is bliss.
Seedween had her reasons.
Could you tell us a little bit more?
Certainly. Seedween...
Even with their daughters,
Master...
I discovered I had no choice but...
Then, I'll find a...
There's no need.
But...
As I said before...
I know. I'll do what...
Even if it...
As long as I don't hurt anyone.
Then I shall make one more final gamble. If I am able... If not, then I will leave you a parting gift. An accidental discovery.
When Seedween returned, the miracle had not... She found a potion bottle and after I had confirmed that...
So that's what happened.
I fear Seedween only... When I reflected on all this with that knowledge, after the final details of the events surrounding Seedween's transformation...
Wonder how she feels about...
Since she invited you...
You're here. old friend named Seedwing, the witch who gave you the magic potion. Sounds like Monsieur Neuvillette filled you in. After learning the truth, it must have been hard to process, huh? Well, but she was... That's just who she was. Alright, but I broke the law. Simple as that. My teacher made her choice, and I made... True. You're not like him at all, and yet, you were still convicted and thrown in prison. It just feels so unfair. Unfair? What makes you say... I knew you'd be curious. The verdict came down. This Melusine is guilty. The Eudex defended the authority of Fontaine law, but he did not confiscate the Melusine's medical kit. And so, the fortress of Meripede gained a new little doctor. She still wore her hood and raincoat, even though it never rained in the fortress. Perhaps thanks to her human appearance, no one refused her treatment. She treated more and more patients, and her sentence grew ever shorter. Finally, the people of the fortress could not live without her, and though her sentence ended, she did not leave them either. Then one day, she received an invitation from the outside world. The location seemed familiar, and when she arrived, an old lady was waiting for her. She saw right through the Melusine's disguise, but didn't reveal it. Instead, she asked a question.
Tell me, why do you think you gained the respect of so many people, despite being a Melusine?
Because I look like a human?
It's been 50 years, Sejuin, and you haven't aged a day. I think everyone knows you are not human. I finally found you, after all these years. I still remember, you know. It was you who saved me that night.
But how? I was no longer a Melusine by then.
Does it really matter if you're human or Melusine? I remember the warmth of your palm. It's quite unmistakable. And you know what? It hasn't changed one bit. You don't have to hide anymore, Sejuin. These days, everyone wants to make friends with Melusines. And I think that it's all because of you. I'm sorry I couldn't say this until now, but thank you, Dr. Melusine.
Now that's an ending Paimon can get behind. After hearing everything Potton said, I wanted to tell him that it didn't matter who he looked like on the outside. I tried to treat him, but the roots... I understand. Thanks, you two. I appreciate you being here for me while I talk this through. Oh, it's nothing. Our pleasure. Oh, there's one more reason I invited you here. It's about time I finally give you what I promised. In order to restore the appearances of the face-swapping victims, the Maréchaussée Phantom gave me special permission to make a few bottles of that potion. We don't need it though. Shouldn't we destroy it? Well, even if you chose to destroy it, I still thought I should give it to you first. You two did so much for me. Well, fair enough, but anyway, Paimon's definitely not interested in this stuff anymore. Still, if the Melusine physiology, after all, from a Melusine point of view, Paimon... What was Paimon thinking? You leave it to me.